Hello. Let's see, is it working? Yeah, okay. For some reason OBS was not detecting my mic earlier. Then I realized I forgot my allergy meds. Okay. So, yesterday we played some randomizer. I thought we were going to finish it yesterday, and then it turns out that the recipe for the satellite and all the stuff leading up to the satellite was not great. We also started to run out of a lot of resources, so we were not even... I wouldn't say we're not even close to finishing last time, but yeah, we were definitely set back a lot. As you can see, this is not producing, which means we will not be getting much more blue science. It looks like we're also out of... Nope, we're just out of blue science. Okay. So I believe we did fix blue science last time. Or at least we tried to. We connected up a lot more... We connected up a lot of builds. There is a huge amount of latency, though, so that's why it hasn't restarted yet, because we had like a 5-10 minute latency on how long it will take for the electric drills to make it all the way back to blue science. So we'll have to see what happens there. Also, I didn't update my picture. Give me 1 second. What pair am I wearing today? Hey there. Just so I'm not accused of lying, although no one would really know. But just so I'm not accused of lying. Oh, wait, hold up. That didn't work. Oh, wait. Um, okay, why didn't this work then? Hello, Nightbot, what are you doing? Huh. That is weird. Okay. For some reason, Nightbot is not happy with me right now. Did I copy it wrong? Commands, edit, sock. No, that looks right. I guess I'll have to edit it elsewhere. Do do do. Okay, that should be fixed. Okay, these look a lot better. I still don't know where the blue science is going. I know we use it for a recipe somewhere. I guess we could look it up. Chemical science, and I actually looked it up correctly this time. It's used in passive provider chests, storage chests. Okay, so it's used in satellites. That makes sense. Of course, you have to be able to store all the science you get from space. This does not... I mean, it's backed up. I feel like it should be backed up more, though, so either we have some latency on some belts, or we didn't actually connect everything like we intended. I don't know, it looks pretty... Wait, this should also have resources on it. Okay. So yeah, we definitely should have... Yep. Oh, no. Please, please be okay. I don't know why that happened. Oh gosh, I lost track of it too. I should have deconned it while I was there. We must have erased that or ran out of undergrounds or something. Actually, no, it would have to have been erased it, because there's an underground on the output. Yeah, this is like the exact opposite of the issue we had yesterday, where we accidentally put iron onto the copper belt, and now we put copper onto the iron belt. Which, actually, this one might be a really bad issue. This, I think, is... Oh, no. I don't know which one this is supposed to be. Okay, we have to follow some complicated belts now. Okay, we can do this, but it's not going to be great. First things first, let's get some chests. So, ooh, ultra speed, that'll be helpful. What don't we need? Let's see, we can give them research. We just, honestly, I don't know what I don't need. None of this looks like anything, so I don't know what we're not supposed to have on us. Splitters, we don't need burner inserters. Just stand on the belt and see where it ends up. Oh, that's great. We need some underground player belts. Oh, these are actually cars. Why do we have cars? I think we use them for a recipe somewhere. We haven't actually used them though, because why would we have... Like, why would you use cars whenever we have the ability to run super fast? So we've only ever used them for recipes. Okay, well, this one will be easy to fix. Actually, no, it won't. I have no idea where it's supposed to go. If we find the endpoints, we might be okay with filter inserters. I think that's what we should do. So we need more filter inserters. That's not too bad. Because we can just... Oh no. Oh no, that's what we killed. Okay, if we take all of this logistic science, we can make more filters. Cars exist to be abused to increase belt throughput. True. I actually kind of want to design something like that for the burner base. I don't know if it's actually useful, because the amount of resources it takes to set up versus the time you save, it's not worth it, but it is fun, and that is a good reason to do something in a silly run. Okay, so this filter inserter is just in case I miss something. Especially since we killed... I'm assuming this lane is broken and this lane is broken. Oh, but we have to figure out what's supposed to be on there first. Okay, so this is probably correct. I think this is an iron lane, not a copper lane. So what we can do is we can filter out the copper. This is fine, that's just a storage chest. Follow this belt, it goes and splits into 2 different spots. Okay, so that is reasonable. We can filter this out, perfect. Filter out copper plates, I believe. This is hopefully idle just because I don't need it. Yeah, okay. But just in case, we want to clear it. And then copper comes all the way up here. Perfect. Okay, so I think we're fortunate that this actually... This kind of makes it all the way over here. Assuming that... No, that might be fine. I think this will clear itself eventually. It might not have the priority... It might not have the priority for that, but I think it'll be okay. So we don't have to put another filter. We do need a filter here. This looks like it ends. Oh, this is kind of tricky. Okay, so we have to replace this with undergrounds. And the only reason we had to do this is to add this filter. I guess we could have maybe done like a red underground, but this works. I don't know if this will actually clear itself. I think it's so backed up. Yeah, it's so backed up that it won't actually work. It only works if it's not backed up in the middle. Like, it works for clearing, like, the last few resources. That complicates things. Slightly. Actually, a lot. I guess we'll just... Maybe we'll just run along it, and... We'll do this. That's fine. Oh, wait. I have an idea. Okay, and then... That's probably fine. That will let it clear a lot of resources before backing up. I think, honestly, I think it's not backed up too bad, especially if we manually clear these. Oh, I see blinking. Do you think that's important? I don't think that's important. I'm sure we'll be okay. Never mind, that's actually... Oh, it's not that many biters, but that is actually a very important one. Yeah, normally I wouldn't do something like this, because usually if something's backed up, you at least have like one thing on the end that can continuously use resources. But this using resources relies on this using resources. So it never would have resolved its deadlock. I think everything else should be fine, because everything else is slightly less essential. Grenades, landmines, okay, we're good. Then I want to place some more radars, because I remember there not being radar coverage in a lot of places, which makes building pretty hard. Well, okay, building itself wouldn't be hard, but I'm lazy, so I do a lot of stuff remotely. And we definitely need radar coverage for that, because I take very long routes, like this belt that went all the way up and down, because we couldn't go through. Yeah, that's when radars are helpful. Let's see, land uranium's doing okay, perfect. Oh, let's see, is it the same biter? Yeah, he's just doing his thing. He's not doing that much damage though, so it's fine. We could have brought piercing rounds. Instead, we're just gonna have to like drop landmines on him. Can we power this at all and fix it by hand? Actually, we might be able to fix it by hand. Nope. because ghosting does not work like that. We broke everything. Does that work? I think that works. This is very backed up. That means something is broken, right? Oh, right. It was side loading. That's why it was backed up. And I think we only can consume 3 belts of copper, so that should be fine. We could expand it if we really needed to. I'm assuming the attack came from over here. There we go. That'll be fine. See, I don't see any other bases. I think these guys are worms. You know what? Maybe we should just take care of these worms. The blinking keeps making me think there's a base. Like, even if it prevents spider expansion, I don't think it really does much. Is this random ores for mining? Only the icons. So this randomizer changes the recipes and the icons and my walk speed. So it just shuffles all the ore icons around. But the ore is just dedicated. Like, this is a copper belt. But the main thing is that this is a recipe randomizer, but I also threw in an icon randomizer, so that way I have no idea what's happening. Because, like, I've done both of them individually, but combining made it so much worse. So much worse, because you cannot follow a recipe chain. It's hard enough to follow a recipe chain in a randomizer. Even worse when you can't even recognize the icons. I feel like this is supposed to go somewhere and not be completely backed up. So I wonder if we broke a belt. Let's see. Okay, it's moving a little bit. Maybe we're just not consuming. It's possible we're just not consuming that much copper. Which makes sense. We did kind of stall our entire base with broken side loads. Oh, wait. Is this backwards? No, never mind. We're good. But yeah, stalling the base is not great for consuming resources. What is this belt? Oh, this is supposed to be sciences. Yeah, that makes sense. I have no idea how bad the copper issue was. I really hope it didn't make it all the way over here. Ooh, there's a chance though. Let's just hope it's fine. Yeah, I was gonna follow a recipe chain. I wanted to make sure this was working first. So that way while I'm explaining things, we actually have production. But it should be real quick, because I think everything is fine. I think we're just researching slowly. Oh yeah, this looks fine. I mean, it's not fast, but I think it's working full speed, right? Yeah, we just need more science assemblers. Okay, so let's see, which is the most fun chain? Let's look at uranium. Let's look at Covrex, because I think that is just the most hilarious recipe chain we have. It was actually the reason this randomizer took so long is because I wanted to get Covrex, because it's very silly. It uses 4,000 decider combinators and no U235, which it just doesn't make sense, but it's very fun. So it all starts with the centrifuge. That's normal. It is actually less efficient than a normal centrifuge by 10%. But you know, the names aren't randomized, but you can see it produces 9 uranium ore, which look like oil refineries, or it uses 9, which look like oil refineries. And then we process it, and it goes into here, and it uses 4,000 238 and about 4,000 decider combinators. So it's really, you don't have to build up the 40,235 to get started. You actually have to build up 4,000 U238, which is almost worse than vanilla. But then the decider combinators, for some reason their icon's not randomized. I think we got lucky there, because I don't think combinators are excluded. Some recipes were missed in the randomizer, the icon randomizer, like rails and stuff. But this one could just be coincidence. I can never really tell. But combinators, let's see, where does the belt start for combinators? Yeah, the icon randomizer is what makes following chains really hard. So combinators are made from cables and piped grounds. Cables are actually not that bad. You don't have to do any smelting for them. We just churn the copper ore directly into cables. It is slower than a normal cable recipe. So the randomizer, it lets you choose the variance for crafting speed. And it goes, I think, down to like minus 75% and plus 200% or something like that. So sometimes you get insanely fast recipes. Sometimes, they're slower, like this one. But if we look at our transport belt recipe, over here, it crafts in 0.12 seconds. So it's pretty much impossible to get an inserter to keep up with that. Or a belt, honestly. And we also use pipe to grounds here. So pipe to grounds plus cables make a decider combinator. And pipe to grounds, of course, are not made with any iron at all. You mix a coal and automation science, because that makes sense. Automation science has actually been a huge, huge pitfall for this entire run, because it's used in 10 necessary recipes, I believe. So it's used in 11, but it's 10 that we need a constant supply of. So I don't think there's a way to count it, but we basically have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's 8 automation science, plus another like 10 or so here, and we have another 5 here. So that's about 20 automation science assemblers, which isn't that much, except for the fact that they're faster. So that's equivalent to having like 100 automation science in the base game just to launch a rocket. So that's rough. Yeah, the icons is definitely something I just did to stream it and make it more insane. From a fun aspect, I would just recommend the randomizer. I believe it's called V's recipe randomizer. Or Vils. I don't know if it's an L or an I. Let's see. I want to say it's an L, actually. Vils recipe randomizer, sorry. But yeah, it's really fun. You can change how messy you want it to be. If you really want, you can even make it randomize wood. But by default, it excludes I think it excludes wood and fish from any recipe, the partially non-renewable resources, because it doesn't want you to soft lock. But yeah, the default generation settings for it are great. I really like it. It feels like any large overhaul mod, but without any logic to it. So the chains that you have to make are just very, very silly. Another good recipe is this one. Our advanced oil processing uses 40 petroleum gas to make 55 petroleum gas. So as soon as I unlocked that, I could just make an infinite loop of oil, which I thought would be great until I realized it was making way more light oil than we can process. So now we just store all the light oil as solid fuel because I can't get rid of it fast enough, and cracking isn't worth it. I just want to keep my base running. But yeah, you get some silly recipes like that. This is the first infinite loop I've seen, though. I've never seen something like this before. But a lot of times you do get cheaper recipes that are really complex, but like they're cheaper overall. So once you get them set up, you can start using like a fast inserter instead of a regular inserter everywhere, just because they're genuinely cheaper, which I think is fun. Just the small things like that make it really, really interesting to figure out like what's easiest and make your base out of that instead of like what's best. Another common one, like that can happen with red belts too. Like you might find that fast splitters are easier to make than regular splitters. Oh, we didn't get that this time, but the last run we were using red splitters for everything because it was a simpler chain. Okay, uranium ammo is going pretty good. Currently, we are trying to make a satellite, but we need to research uranium ammo to do it because we power it with uranium cannon shells for some reason. Uranium-238 and cannon shells. Gates? No, that's not right. What do we need for cannon shells? Automation science, refined concrete, and offshore pump. I'm fairly certain we actually finished that, but we didn't have the recipe. We didn't have the recipe for it. So I don't know if we actually set up the assemblers or if we just decided to come back to it later. if splitters were cheaper than belts, the base would look amazing. That would be... I feel like you could instantly tank your UPS with that. Like, I can't imagine having 500 splitters in a row would be good for UPS, even on like a small scale. But it would be really funny. Like, you would just see the items flying around like crazy. I wonder if it's possible for that to be cheaper. What's the... There is a range for how like costly things can be. You could mess with the range though. So if I made the range pretty extreme, we could get situations like that a lot more frequently. Okay, so we have automation science connected. We have refined. Wait, how do we not have refined concrete connected? Oh, because we had to finish. We had to call it yesterday. I believe it is finished though. Oh, oh, we side loaded on the wrong side. Whoops. There we go. Yeah, we had to end stream yesterday. That's why we didn't finish setting it up. Didn't notice how fast the time was going by. Okay, there we go. That doesn't work. Where are we supposed to get the concrete from? I clearly had a vision, but that was yesterday me, and I don't remember that anymore. Okay, maybe that's why I don't remember it, because the vision was pretty simple. And I'm just accepting the spaghetti at this point. We're close to launch, so we're close to finishing this. So we're just accepting that the base is going to be an absolute mess. Okay, that should be fine. And I'm assuming I want to output onto this belt. I actually, I probably don't, but that's the only space I left, so we're going to, unless we want to output onto this, which is an option. But I think instead we're just gonna... Let's see, do we share this belt with anything? Yeah, we can piggyback off this belt, no problem. We'll filter it out here just because it is a bit expensive. I don't want to back up too many cannon shells just in case we start running out of resources, but we should be fine. Also, do we not have inserters? Or are bots just being slow? It looks like we have bots. Okay, this isn't working. I was still waiting for the output. Bots, why are you so slow? Did I not have a chest of inserters anymore? Oh, actually I might not. I started converting all my inserters into science. Could be that we're running out of a stockpile. Oh, actually we are running... Ooh, I just remembered. We are actually running out of transport belts, right? Okay, never mind. We fixed it last time. We tried to fix it last time, but I wasn't confident it actually was fixed because the belt delay is so high. I wasn't able to figure out if it was fixed until today, because there was like a 30-minute latency to see if the belt problem was resolved, which is a lot. That seems bad. What are we out of? We're out of oh my gosh. We're out of military science. Of course we're out of military science. We're researching uranium ammo. In my mind, we were researching satellites, because we kind of are. But it's not really satellites that we're researching, it's uranium ammo. Okay, that is a military science, and we clearly do not have any production of that. At least not anymore. I believe, let's see, it has to be this belt, because this is filtered out. So it either attaches here or here. I would guess it's here. Okay. It's out of walls. And walls are made directly from stone. Did we just run out of stone? Okay, we just ran out of stone. Can we fix that? Yes, there is enough space to make some delicious spaghetti here. I think. We have to be very careful not to sideload anything, because if we sideload something at this point, it will not be fixed anytime soon. I feel like this can make it across. It shouldn't, but I think it can. Oh wait, do I even want to go that way? I don't think I want to go that way. No, I don't want to go that way. I lost track of the belt. There we go. Perfect. We're just going to leave that. I don't think we need it. Hey, and then this is... No, this is coal. Which one's stone? Stone is here, right? I guess I can double check. This is a stone patch, so yeah, it's uranium, copper, and coal. So we do not have enough stone to support this, so some of our base has got to suffer from this. But we're starting to run out of resources in our main base, which means everything is just dying on us. Oof, this is... Okay, we need to get this here. That's actually really close. I think we can just go straight down. Perfect. Okay, we have walls. Did I prio the splitter correctly? No. There we go. Now we get walls again, so hopefully military science picks up. It might be incredibly slow. Let's see, this crafts over 20 seconds. So we need to speed this up. Let's see, I believe we can make speed modules. Speed modules are pretty cheap. Well, okay, it's not so much that they're cheap, but we have access to them they're a lot more readily available than space right now. That's on us for making the most spaghetti base ever, but you know, it's functional. Ooh. Okay, maybe they're not readily available. What else did we kill? Green wire. It's out of transport belts. Okay, so we did not fix our transport belt problem. Got it. Pipes. Oh no. What did we do? This is out of iron ore. Remember 20 minutes ago whenever I realized that things were sideloaded? The copper ore made it really far. That's bad. I have no idea how much of my base could be killed in. It could be literally anywhere. Let's just hope research keeps going and we can launch a rocket with a satellite, because I don't think we can I don't think it's possible to track down anything at this point. Like, there is just no shot. Yeah, if you're gonna make a mistake and sideload something, do it at the end of the supply chain, not at the beginning, because then it gets everywhere. Stone, is that working? It looks like stone is making its way there. I don't know for sure if we actually connected stone right, but you know, we might have. Yeah, if you haven't learned by now, we build our factories solely based on faith and hope, and we never double check things. We just hope it works. Usually works out fine. It's not the best strategy, but it hasn't ruined us yet. These are slightly backed up, so we could get a little bit more stone out of this. We just have to make sure this sideloads correctly. Let's see. Looks like we supplement this somewhere. Okay, but we want to supplement it earlier. So we're going to just cut through, and I believe we can make it through this gap. Okay, that looks good. I mean, it doesn't look good. It looks correct. It is an absolute mess, and we'll never be able to figure it out later. But we can figure it out now, and that's what matters. Because we want to connect it here. Actually, I want to connect it here. Yeah. That looks good. Oh, well, now it's side-loaded, though. So now we have to connect this one weird, too. Okay, we need to move it over a tile, actually. Well, now this one's side-loaded. It's almost like we didn't design this mall correctly, or this bus correctly, and we just rolled with it. Or now it's causing us problems. Wait, what's this for? This doesn't do anything. I think that'll work. Yeah, that should be fine. It gave us probably half a belt more of stone. That's plenty. We don't really need a ton. Let's see, drills are backing up. You know, blue science is doing fine. We really just need military science to return, and then we'll be okay. I wonder if we even can support this many military science assemblers. I don't know how much stone these consume. They're just so far off from the vanilla recipe. And we completely ran out of stockpiled resources. We might be able to do this. That will kick it up a little bit so we can react to the shortages a little bit better. It won't work for long. It's only 400 walls, but that's, more than 0 walls. So that will give us, what is that, like 300 military science? 200 military? What do you make? 2 at a time? So that will give us 400 military science. That's actually all we need. Cool, so our stockpiled walls would have actually worked. We didn't have to reconnect stone. Now we need to go back to figuring out the satellite. Because now we only have 40% left to figure it out. I also wanted prod 3s, but I don't think it's realistic that we'll get those anytime soon. Also, this is connected wrong. Whatever. What if we just don't put the splitter? Okay, so that's the cannon shells. And then I believe cannon shells just mix with the uranium directly to give us the uranium cannon shells, so that should be straightforward. The only issue is that I believe uranium is all the way... Wait, that's not down there. It's just to the left. We just have to run around our chem plants. Perfect. Okay, so we're just going to cut through the middle. Because we can. We definitely don't need that large of a buffer, so that won't cause any problems. And now we need to get this all the way over here without sideloading anything, because we need to be very careful to not sideload anything, because we have made probably lost like 2 hours from accidental sideloads since this run started. I have no idea how many assembling machines we need. So we're just going to do 3. That usually works out. Cannon shells. We don't have the recipe yet, so I just kind of have to hope this is right. I believe we connected everything right. If I knew what side of the belt it is, we could use a splitter here to mix them, and then we don't need to use the long inserters. But since I don't know what side of the belt they'll be on, I could sideload it though, and guarantee it's on the correct belt. That would work well. Okay, so now it's on the correct side of the belt. This will let us filter out the cannon shells here, so that way we don't have to worry about them anymore. We just need to make sure to the left that we filter piercing routes. And then that should combine cannon shells and uranium onto the same side of the belt. We can use just long inserters, simplifies the build a lot, and is just a lot easier to not screw up now. We still can't make the recipe though, no matter how many times I search for it. So let's just copy 6 assemblers, so that way we can burst through the backlog a little bit quicker next time. There we go. And I think we can just throw this wherever. That should be fine. We're looking for water. Wait. Is that... Yeah, there's water. I couldn't find it in my inventory. It feels weird just seeing like 153 water in your inventory. Okay, and then the next step, plastic bars. Okay, so this will be the first time we have to make plastic the entire run. So that's fun. It uses copper cable and petroleum. Do we have enough copper for this? I think we do. Okay, I think this recipe won't be too bad. Because copper looks pretty backed up. Yeah, we just need to do some weird splitter stuff to try to make use of the full belt there, but yeah, we can definitely make this work. Wait, this is copper, right? Before I base everything on it? Yeah. Okay. So now we have to filter this out. And that should be fine, because we need to make sure we get at least half a belt, I think. We could also try to find copper cables from other places, but I don't really know where we would get those. And this is using a lot of space, but that's fine. That's what happens when you near the end of a run playthrough. You can just make everything ugly. Not like it was pretty to begin with, but it definitely wasn't this bad. And since I have no idea how much plastic we'll need, we're just going to copy this and make 8. That's probably enough. And then Are these backed up by... that's actually not good. This is blocked by our ability to handle light oil. Oh, but petroleum is somewhat backed up, so maybe we are actually producing enough petroleum. We could use some chem plants. We're just going to steal these ones, just so we can set the recipe. And I think what we'll do is we'll input output on the same side, because I have no idea what the ratio is. Input, output, and then just connect petroleum on the back. It is petroleum, right? Yeah, it would have to be. Otherwise it gets soft lock. Sulfur, plastic, there we go. Oh wait, we can just connect to the inputs, can't we? Or will that drain things? That might drain things. Let's connect to the output. I'm pretty sure we have logic here to make it that we don't run out of petroleum, which means if we connect to the output directly, or the input directly, we might not be able to run. And we definitely don't want to lose our infinite recycle loop, because that would be bad. Okay, I think that's fine. Is everything powered? Yes, so now I just copy this. An unspecified amount of times. That's probably too many times. Yeah, that's too many times. That's a very fast recipe. We can support, like, 4, I think. So we're actually going to put it here instead. And I don't even know, I think we also need some red belt. Although it doesn't really matter. Let's do, actually no, let's do something else. Let's do... Let's just output onto the other side as well, and then we don't have to worry about balancing anything, and we'll be fine. And then we don't need red belt either. And we'll just do the poor man splitter. Although in this case it might actually be more expensive, I don't really know. I guess, but it is an easier splitter, that part I know for sure. And we're out of chem plants. No wait, we're out of assembly machines. Oh no. Did we kill assembly machines when we backed up our entire base? We probably did. I would not be surprised. See, assembly machines, they're these things. They look broken. Yep. But I don't know why. It has tanks, it has pipes, it has science. Oh, it also needs, I think it needs iron plates. Yeah, there's a little bit of copper backed up here. Cool, everything is broken. Once again. Yeah, I really screwed up with that side load. It's only taken us like 45 minutes to notice it's destroyed literally every aspect of our base, which is at least it's the end. Okay, and there's still some iron there, but this is technically non-essential. At least not for a while. We'll clear it anyway. I don't want to risk it. Okay, I think we cleared some of the copper. I'm actually really curious. Where does this connect? So we sideloaded onto, I believe, this belt. Oh, we have the research though. Okay, that's good. We sideloaded onto this belt. Oh, okay. Yep. I see the problem now. This goes to this. This is the main iron distribution center, which means it can go literally anywhere in the base. It goes to these smelters, and it also sends anything extra into the main bus. So we could have copper ore anywhere. Like every single belt has the possibility to have copper ore on it now. But we got research, so that's something. We don't need to worry about this anymore. Most of our base doesn't need to run. We do need to figure out how to get production modules, because I do want those before launch. Portable solar panel. Wait, that's science packs. Okay, we have a lot of those. We do make a lot of productivity modules. So we should have a very substantial production of those somewhere. I don't know where. Somewhere along those lines. I think... Oh, there it is. We can split off of this. Oh, we already do split off of that. Perfect. Then we can split off of it again. And make some prod 3s. And then we also need production 2s, which are substations, landmine. Oh, well, that's an easy recipe. It's basically like, it's basically all subbing red chips for landmines, practically. Okay, well, if that's the case, we should actually just build it here so we can take directly from the belt. Don't know how fast this produces, though. That's one assembler should be fine. We could also probably cram another in here if we don't have 2 input inserters. Right? Yeah, perfect. Okay, then input. We'll add a speed module because this is a very slow recipe. Although I think we're limited by other things. Oh, wait, that's not the whole recipe, is it? We still need the substations. Oh gosh, I hope substations are easy. I have not looked at them. Copper plates, underground belts, and landmines. Everything needs landmines, which is not a problem at all. I did not realize they would become so useful this late. Especially since we use them for defenses. We really use them for everything. Okay, so we have landmines here. We have copper plates. We don't have copper plates anywhere to steal from, do we? We could always just smelt copper plates. We could split off this. That might be fine. We could do... This would be a good spot for substations. I don't know how many substation assemblers we need. Yeah, we can get landmines from here. We can get copper plates here. So the only thing left is... I did not actually look at the third one. The only thing left is underground belts. Underground belts are pretty cheap, right? I don't even know if they need smelting. Let's look. Let's see. We have the recipe over here. It looks like it needs iron plates and iron sticks. Iron sticks are just iron ore. Okay, so if we just copy this and paste another one up top, that should be fine. Let's do that. We do have access to copying. We might as well use it. Also, 76% speed. That's pretty much the lowest speed you can get, and it's not great. We've gotten real lucky to have never gone this slow before. I guess it's not really that lucky. There's only what is it, like 1 in 10 chance of being below 100%. But still, we managed to avoid it for quite a while. Okay, let's see if we can just split off here. It really depends if we have enough splitters for this. Red splitters. We do not. Okay, so we did slightly kill this lane. Can we make a fast splitter? Yes, we can. I don't think this is going to work that well. We should have split off at the end. Yeah, that's better. Because this is actually too many. So if we just cut this here, my inventory is full. Let's do a splitter and underground. And now this doesn't need to be a red belt anymore, I don't think. Yeah, so now we don't have to worry about upgrading the splitter. Okay, so we need the iron ore and we need the iron plates. I don't think we can go under through here. And we actually need all of these furnaces, apparently. So we should be able to use a fast underground belt. Yep, perfect. And then that felt too long, but I don't think it was. Do we have any cliff explosives on us? Do I know what cliff explosives look like? I do not. There we go. Okay, hopefully I set this up right. I don't know for sure. I did not double check. Iron sticks. Iron ore. Okay, that's good. This is too far over, though. We actually want it to be, I think, here. So that way we can just sideload this, send it down, and now we can make substations. Yeah, that should work. I don't know if the ratio is right, but these are... No, the ratio is not right at all. But we can always expand it. We can just do this. And we can do it again. And that should get us as many substations as we could possibly need. Assuming we set it up correctly, which I doubt we did. We do need to sideload the landmines onto it still. That should be pretty straightforward. We can just cut through here since there's plenty of space. There we go. We can just go through, and we need to sideload it onto the inside. That's the wrong way. And there we go. Looking good. I don't know how we're going to get the resources out of this. We could use belt weave. Let's not belt weave. Let's just use a long underground. Then we don't have to worry about mixing belts. Yeah, that should work. Oh, we accidentally killed the belt, but other than that, it works. Other than the fact that it doesn't work, it totally works. These don't have outputs, they don't have power poles, so this was just powered by coincidence and faith. Okay. Substations are good. And now we can use substations for things. Not like we will, but we can. And this just connects here. Then I hope we don't need substations for anything else. Then I guess we'll have to output the prod 2s onto this belt as well. So we need to be very careful about how we connect the substations. Because they need to be on the inside, which is the right side of the belt. And we are sideloading radars. We messed up. How did we mess this up? How did we mess this up? Where did I break things? Ah, the underground here. Okay, well that's not a problem. There we go. That didn't fix it. I don't know what I thought that would accomplish. It worked in my head, but it does not actually work in practice. Okay, now it should be fixed. Not sure how much we broke that. If we make the belt long enough, it will eventually clear itself out, but well, I think we should rely on an actual fix. And then we take this, flip it, and send the prod 2s back this way, because I think they'll be a lot easier to manage if we build it in an open space instead of trying to cram one more thing in there, because I don't like this spot. It looks very messy, and it's hard to follow things, especially when you can't see the recipe, or when you can't see the icon. Okay, substations seem good. I think we have way too much substation production. These are all working? Yeah. No? We ran out of iron, but I think we can supply enough that will be okay. Because these, we only need one every 15 seconds, which means we really don't need it to run that often. Yeah, see, they're already both running. Is there anything we can research to help? Can we get mining productivity? Kind of. I mean, we might as well research it, but we definitely don't need it. And then productivity module 3 is the last step. More substations. Maybe I should have looked at the recipe. Well, at least we have prod 2s. We at least have prod 2s. I thought this recipe chain had logic to it, because the last randomizer used exclusively like prod 1s to prod 2s to prod 3s, but we must have just gotten lucky. I just assumed it was ignored. Good to know. Okay, time to make speed 2s, which is much different. But not that much different. Okay, this is actually a much easier recipe. It doesn't even use speed 1s. Cool. Okay, so we did make a mistake, but it's not a problem because we're producing everything we need already. So I'll take it. We're going to keep producing Prod 2s, just because we can. Yeah, this sends portables. Let's see. Substations over here. Good. And then we don't need this belt anymore. It's just going to go... It's just going to end. Then I believe portable solar panels are this belt. That should be easy enough to cut through. We might even be able to piggyback on this belt later. Yeah, I should just not assume things. We didn't lose much time, at least, because we did get lucky that speed 2s is actually a very reasonable recipe. Could have been a lot worse. But the fact that we already had all this stuff, and that most of the time that we spent on prod 2s was something we also needed for prod speed 2s, that worked out great. There's no... It could have been worse, but we got quite lucky. And then military science. We did expand military science, so we should be able to sideload it somehow. You know what? We're going to go around. I don't think we can reasonably cut through the middle, so we have to send military science around the entire base. Because there's too much going on to try to just cut through that. If we delete these belts, we might have an easier time. Or these drills, we might have an easier time too. I don't want to cut power poles because I don't know if any of those are essential. Let's go, because the latency is going to be so high that we're gonna build as much as we can by hand, because if we have bots build it, it will take a really long time to reach us. I mean, it's already going to take a while. Does that work? Yes. Okay. We don't actually have that much belt on us, so we might have to take a trip to get more. Yeah, we definitely do not have belt. That does not work. I think that does work. Okay, we ran out of belt. But fortunately, we produce belt in a lot of different places, due to the fact that we need it for pretty much every important recipe. We use it as much as we use automation science. It just, we don't have as many assemblers because it produces really, really fast. So we haven't, one assembler was able to supply like 20 different conveyor belt recipes. Maybe not that many, but a lot. Okay, and we're slow. We're actually pretty much vanilla speed, which means this is the worst time I could possibly be expanding this, because it's going to take as long as it possibly could. There we go. That's what we need. Okay, well that broke everything. Don't know what happened there. Probably gonna blame the speed boost, because that tends to make building pretty difficult. And then, can we cut through here? I think we have enough space to cut through here. Yeah, because we doubled the length of it last time, which actually worked out. We mostly did it to be pretty, but it also made it more functional. What if we just sideload here? I don't know if we have the correct side of the belt though, so we're gonna guarantee we do. It needs to be on the outer side. There we go. Because I believe we need portable solar panels anyway. And now we're just gonna go up and down. This is a very, very wide belt. This was a mistake. And then we're almost there. Oh, this one's not that wide. Okay, this will be easy to cut across. Except we ran out of underbelts. Perfect. We're making underbelts though. We also have a belt of them pretty close to us, so it's not a huge problem. It's just a small little setback. It also doesn't help that we're wasting a lot of underground belts on trees. But you know, in my defense, I thought we would have plenty. And there we go. We ran out of belts. We were so close. So close. What Well, we're fast, so it actually won't set us back too much if we just run to grab belts in a different place. And now we're even faster, so that works out. It's just a matter of, do we have belts? Not really. We're not actually producing them anymore. Or at least, not that many. I don't think we have a storage chest with belts. Will this work? Yeah, that'll work. Okay, input, input, input. We do have a couple redundant inputs here, but that's fine. And then one more. Copy this one, mirror it, so that way we can power it. And then output, output, output. Okay, that should be plenty of speed 2s. Wait, did I do the recipe right? Portable solar panels, that's these things. Substations, that's these. And military science, which is what we hopefully just connected. Perfect. Now to double check prod 3s. They do use speed 2s. Okay. And they use substations. We are not going to have nearly enough substations for this. We're going to have to improve substation production a lot. I mean, I know technically we only need 32, but I really... It's a lot more fun in randomizers to automate things than it is to just craft it once, even if I only need one. We will not be automating rocket silos, because that's silly. But prod 3s are something you would reasonably automate in a run. Like a large base, so I figured I might as well set it up, even if we don't go that much farther. Yeah, we do not have enough to sustain this. But I think that won't be a problem. What are they missing? They're iron ore limited. I think we can fix that pretty easily, actually. Because it looks like this is somewhat backed up. That's the wrong way, that's fine. What if we reverse the prio? Because it will get compressed later. Then we can cut through here. And hope we didn't sideload anything, because at this point anything that's sideloaded will never be fixed. Because their limiting factor looks to be... It doesn't look like it's copper cables, but they are, or copper plates, but they are working pretty hard. So just in case, we'll add more inserters. This will kill utility science, but I don't think that's a problem. Now we can just throw all of the iron ore onto this side, upgrade it to a red belt, just so we can have higher throughput with while being lazy, and there we go. That hopefully improves our substation production, at least slightly. We might need another inserter. I don't know which inserter here is under belts though. Oh, never mind, we can't improve any of them. So we just have to hope it's not going to be inserter speed limited. We could add more landmines, but I don't think that'll be a problem either. But now it's definitely not a problem. Okay. Substation's improved. Let's add a prio. And then we can actually... Can we output them onto this belt? Because that would be great. Don't think anything else is on this belt. So we should actually sideload this so that we can get a side swapper here. Because we're just going to produce prod 3s directly on this side. If we can power them. I think we just need to redesign it. We also don't need this many speed 2 assemblers. We're not going to change it, but we don't need it. Input, input. Okay. New design. Much nicer. We'll copy this here. And then I'm assuming it's like a 1:4 or like a 1:8 ratio. Yeah, it's like a 1:4 ratio. But because of weird priorities, we're actually going to have to reverse this belt. So maybe we should just not have solar panels here. Because we have enough getting through. Yeah, never mind. We don't need this secondary belt. There's no reason to have it connected in 2 spots. Input, input. And then I think the other input will be on the bottom. Prod 3s. We'll input here and output here. And honestly, we only need this one assembler, I think. Oh, it's gonna take so long. This is such a slow recipe. But at least we'll be able to back up belts and stuff. Yeah, I mean, we need to wait for speed 2s to produce anyway. So maybe it's not as bad as I think. Okay, they're missing military science. Maybe we can speed it up. Okay, that looks decent. Yep, okay. And then we just leave that for a bit. Hopefully it gets enough speed 2s. You know, this is a terrible recipe, but it doesn't actually use that many speed 2s. It's fairly cheap overall. It's incredibly slow, but it's a fairly cheap prod 3 recipe. Maybe. Actually, I don't know how bad logistic bots are. I don't think we've ever automated them. We made 50 once and called it good. They're mostly automated though. That's missing. It's missing a passive provider. That's fine. We don't really need those. Okay, logistic bots. What are you gonna cost me? Oh, that's really easy. Oh, that's awesome. That I don't think we could have asked for a better logistic bot recipe. Because we already have military science up there. Hey, hopefully we have some undergrounds for bots to build that for me, because I don't want to connect this one by hand. Why did we go this way? Why did I do this to myself? Oh no. Oh, this looks so much worse now that I got up here. I believe we can do it. It looks like there is enough space to go straight through without too much trouble. Okay, that's progress. Okay, I need underground belts. If I'm going to be cutting through my entire base and possibly destroying everything I built, I need to know right away that I broke it. I can't wait for bots to fail to build it and then tell me I broke it. Because that just sounds like a recipe for disaster. There we go. What are we even researching? Oh, mining productivity. Yeah, we don't need to do that. I just wanted to keep my base running because it's pretty. Okay, not pretty, but it's unique. It's an artistic base. Definitely not a logical base. Okay, where is the belt we were trying to move? It was robot frames, which looks like space science. There it is. Okay, that's good. Seems to be working so far. Okay, don't want to sideload there. Okay, now we can go straight through. Perfect. Not enough space here, but now there is, now that we went around. That is a large enough gap that we can cut through. Perfect. And now we have to go around. And voila, there we go. Robot frames are sent up. Logistics spots will be automated. And now it's just pretty straightforward from here. This is pretty much the edge of the base, so there's not that bad of spaghetti that we have to do. Okay, we don't really have a belt for this. We'll just do this. Input. Okay, so this will be logistic bots, which we can actually just send. Oh gosh, is it this belt? I think this is the one we were carrying the robot frames in. I kind of lost track of it. Throw some grenades, because why not? It's a lot easier than chopping trees. Logistics. I imagine we are not going... Yeah, we are not going to be assembly machine limited for these. This is an insanely fast recipe. It's like 100 times faster than this or something. No, that's not how time works. No, it isn't. They're all in seconds. So yeah, it's like 100. Wait, is that? No, that's not 100. That's a lot faster. So it's like one fully running logistics bot assembly machine would power 100 of these. If we could somehow fully run these. I doubt we can fully run these though. But we're also not going to make 100 prod 3 assemblers, so we'll be fine. Okay, let's add some grenades. We're actually going to do the poor man splitter again, because I want this to be a dedicated belt. And voila. Okay, now we don't have to worry about what side it is. Logistics bots. And you know what? We can actually use this and just automate logistic bots for ourselves. There's no real reason to, but I want to. Also, I don't know why I put speeds in these. Oh, I can... Oh, wait. I can speed them up using speed 2s for once. Assuming we can find them. This is a complete waste of speed 2s, but... You know, might as well speed them up. What is this? This one is not working at all. It serves no purpose. Okay. Is 3 enough? I don't think 3 is enough now with the speed mods. That should be enough. Control. Oh, wait. I don't want speed 2s to go in it. There we go. And voila. We have logistic bots. And we could even do this. Just stick network. Can we... I don't think we can do logic like this, can we? No, we have to use a wire. Yeah, we'll just let it run. There's no way we'll ever get enough logistic bots for this to be a problem. But yeah, now we have logistic bots automated. Great. These are not working. Oh, now we're substation limited again. Of course we're substation limited. But we have prod 3s. That's good. So that should build by the time we figure out how to make a rocket silo, because we actually haven't done the silo yet. And that seems bad. Oh, that's actually really bad. That's our power plant. And I'm pretty sure that if the power plant gets eaten, like, it explodes. I've never actually used a nuclear reactor in a spot where it can be destroyed before. But I think it explodes. Also, I have a swarm of boss chasing me that I don't want to. Leave me alone, please. Okay. How did they attack me? Was it this base? It was probably that base. Or they came, like, awkwardly through the middle. Oh, no. They're gonna attack from the north soon. We need a speed boost. We need to take care of some biters. Can we think about what rocket silo looks like while we do that? Hazard concrete, accumulator, stone furnaces, explosive cannon shells, and radars. Okay, 3 of those are easy. 2 of those might be absolutely terrible. I have no idea. But I can't imagine they're going to be pleasant. Because, well, even in vanilla, concrete's annoying to make. Like, it's not expensive, but it's not great. We also forgot landmines. So, this assault might not go great. Fortunately, we do have some grenades. And we did bring piercing rounds, so that's better. It's not good. I guess we can just dance. Until we hopefully get a speed boost. Nope, that did not work. Okay. Oh well, it'll be a lot easier to recover our corpse when we bring landmines. I had low hopes for that. I kind of was relying on, like, immediately getting the speed boost right there. Should not have put so much faith in mistimed RNG. Okay, landmines. We have them in so many places. 1,000 will definitely be enough to recover our corpse. Alright, and then what else? Maybe we can think about accumulators. I don't know if those are easy. I don't know what efficiency modules take. They seem pretty straightforward. Oh, it does need plastic. But we have plastic, so maybe it's not too bad. Maybe we should be a bit more careful. What did we leave in here? Iron ore and grenades? Portable solar? Yeah, we don't need to recover that. Okay, well, south looks safe. We're definitely going to be attacked north soon enough. But I would like to set up explosive cannon shells first, so we're just going to have to hope they don't attack. And ignore all the beeps. See, what is this? This is stuff for the satellite. Can we start the satellite? Because that would be really useful. We also need to start buffering explosive cannon shells. Why is that not... Wait, is this not right? What did we mess up here? What's this supposed to be? What could possibly use water? Oh, wait, what is water? Oh, is this plastic? No. Plastic's produced up here. What is this supposed to be? Is this regular cannon shell? Maybe? I think we put the wrong thing on this belt. Oh wait, no, this is uranium cannon shells. There we go. And that goes and produces explosive cannon shells. There we go. We figured it out. There we go. Then now we just need to connect plastic. That's too many. Go, 1 to 1. Is that right? 12 seconds, 12 seconds. Yeah, that'll be fine. And plastic just connects on the inside. It doesn't really matter that much how we connect it, because we are not extending this part of the base at all. Okay, plastic is good. That'll start buffering cannon shells, which is mostly what we need for the rocket. And we also need hazard concrete. Oh! Okay, I misspoke. Hazard concrete's very easy. Possibly not even randomized. I just assumed it would be a complete mess. But since we already have concrete, that makes it not a problem at all. Unless we sideload everything and break stuff. But it looks good. Okay, we'll do 2 chests, although I think we only need 1 because this is just for the rocket silo. Can I make some inserters? Because I really want to make sure I did this correctly. Okay, yeah. I mean, I assumed I did, but I didn't believe it. You can't really tell if things are right when you don't know what anything is. And this is really slow. I think we need more assemblers. I just assumed this would be enough. But it looks worse. Because we need to produce... Like, it looks really slow. We only need 60. Okay, that's not too bad. We're producing like 1 every like 5 seconds, so that's not too bad. By the time we push the bases, I think we'll have plenty. We could do a temporary solution. Oop, that didn't work. Do we have any more? Do I have any more speed modules? I might not. Because I'm pretty sure I remember this not working that great earlier. Okay, it's partially recovered. It's good enough. Okay, where does this go? Over here. I kind of wish we were playing SpaceX right now, because then I could just walk through those pipes. I got really used to that mod. It's quite nice. Okay, yeah, these are producing plenty fast. I actually think it's backed up, so we could do this. This is that's a weird way to do it, but it works. It was not my intention, but this will make it that this goes into the same splitter and goes into that chest. I meant to leave a gap that was 1 tile longer, so that way I could just, you know, put this belt directly into the chest, but yeah, this works. I'll take it. Now to push that north base, because it's really it's absorbing a lot of pollution. I can't imagine it's going to be long. And then let's think about efficiency modules. Plastic bars and storage tanks. Okay, so apparently plastic is needed for a lot of things. It just wasn't needed until like the last day of the run. Because like we went this entire time without using plastic, and then we needed it for pretty much every final step towards the rocket. Honestly, we barely even needed oil until like the last step. And most of our oil goes into sulfuric acid. Like, we really do not use much. Which is very convenient, because sometimes the recipes can get a bit weird with oil. Although they tend to be fairly vanilla, but the quantities are weird. And it's very easy to get incredibly slow crafting recipes. So this is a lot of bases. But we're still fast, so we're good. We could have almost died there. I was not paying attention to the timer. I mean, we don't explicitly have a timer, but I try to only charge into a base if the time just changed. Or if the speed just changed, because it can... If you get a speed drop in the middle of a base, it's not great. Especially when you're relying on it. And we're out of landmines. Okay, well, we pushed the close bases, so I'm sure we're fine. Okay, efficiency modules uses storage tanks. I don't actually know what storage tanks take. Copper cables and light armor. Okay, light armor should be simple. It should just be one resource. Cables are definitely easy. Oh no, iron chests. Why? Iron chests are incredibly difficult to scale. I guess we don't really need a huge scale though. But like, they're a very fast crafting recipe that just eats through iron like crazy. Because it's faster and more expensive than vanilla iron chests. Could be worse though, but yeah, we at least only have a couple steps that we have to do for storage tanks, but I was hoping it would be easier. We can make them up here, right? Actually, let's do the splitter there instead. And then we'll resplit it, or recompress it. Okay, there we go. That's cables. That is half of what we need. And then storage tanks also need iron plates. So we might be able to steal iron plates from elsewhere. Yeah, it looks like we can just steal these, which is very nice and very close. Both good things. But the fact that it's easy is definitely the better reason. Okay, we'll just send that straight up, and we could even sideload these, or at least connect them to the same belt. Okay, there's storage tanks, and then we're pretty close to plastic, so we can just drag it down. Storage tank. Wait, we missed a step. That's fine. Can we direct feed? I think we could just direct feed. But I think what I'll do instead is as many inserters as I can. Sideload this here. And we'll just make storage tanks up here. Or storage chests, sorry. I mean, I guess storage chests into storage tanks is somewhat reasonable. Like, they're basically just the same thing, but one of them is a lot more pressure and fluid resistant. What is the icon? Is it this thing? Yeah, it's this thing. I think realistically this is as much as I'll possibly be able to get out of this assembler, so that should be fine. And I think we can direct feed it into light armor. Yeah, I can't imagine we need two light armor assemblers. There's no way we have enough iron for that. Okay, there we go. So now we have light armor and cables. So we can send it down, make storage tanks. And then maybe even just direct feed into an efficiency module. No idea what the ratio is. 4.5, 7.5. So we actually need... We could supply 2 with 1, assuming we have the input speed. I doubt we do, but I'll just pretend that we have enough inserters for this. It goes out, out, input. I think that's right. It would be a lot easier to tell if that was right if I knew what the icons were. Efficiency, there we go. Storage tanks, that looks good. Plastic, that looks good. We have the input going the right way. Okay, I think that'll do. And then that'll give us efficiency modules, which are used for... I don't remember. I don't remember why we're making efficiency modules. Accumulators, I think? Yeah. I knew it was used for the rocket silo, I just... Wait, oh no. Did it say it needs 500 accumulators? Or was it 50? I feel like it was really high. How long am I going to be waiting for accumulators? 250 accumulators. That means we need to make 250 efficiency modules. This will not work. We need more. I thought we only had to make like 10. I guess that makes sense though that it would be this expensive. Because in vanilla the rocket silo costs a lot of... It costs like a lot of engines and it costs a lot of blue chips. So yeah, the base cost for the silo is going to be very expensive when they try to randomize it. It makes sense that all that cost would be in accumulator efficiency modules. Yeah, I think this works. I really am just, basing it on hope as usual. And then hopefully we can make gears over here. So gears are easy, they're just pipes. And iron plates. So we might be able to... We might just be able to take gears from elsewhere. Because I think we're producing gears somewhere over here for offshore pumps. And if we could just take stuff on belt that already exists, that would be very nice. Apparently we're not producing offshore pumps where I thought we were. Okay, this is the icon. Filter inserters. Okay, are we inserter limited here? Yes. No? Maybe? This is good. I don't know what this is. But I can't imagine we need a lot of it, so we can just take half the gear wheels from that and we'll be fine. Because that just really simplifies things over having to make another gear assembler. Because it needs iron ore and it needs iron plates, so it's kind of tedious. Also, as you can see here, it's incredibly input limited. Or crafting limited, so it uses a lot of inserters. But just in case it's a problem, we will just expand it here and use what we already have. Using more speed mods will also help. And what is the ratio? It's like 4:1. So yeah, those speed mods should not oversaturate it. Okay, so that gives us gear wheels, that gives us efficiency modules. And now we can make accumulators. That was a weird emphasis on accumulators. I feel like it's usually say a much softer sound there. Okay, don't know how many assemblers we'll need for this. This is the 5-second craft. This is an 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's do like a 6 to 4. Should be about right. I don't think any of these are actually running full speed though. So this ratio is clearly not going to work. But that is a different bottleneck that we can try to fix later. How is our Prod 3 production? It's slow, but it is going. We have more than enough Prod 3s. Perfect. Okay, and then I think I could use some beacons. Actually, no, I just need to find the beacons. We definitely have some somewhere. What's the icon? Roboports? Okay, so we have 5 beacons somewhere in this area. What did we make out of it? Oh, we sped up LDS using a bunch of beacons. I remember that now. Let's go recover those now, though, because we need them for launch, because it will take forever if we don't beacon them. Fortunately, we can put speed 2s, though, in the beacons, so that will help. 2, 3, 4, 5? Do we have more? I think we had 7. Okay, we had 2 already on us. Perfect. Speed 2s, speed 2s. We actually need 14 speed 2s. What am I at? I cannot tell. The icon, the inventory is such a mess. 21. Okay, we have more than enough. We'll take 4 prods. Good. Okay, the only thing... I think the only thing we're missing now is 200 accumulators. So if we can fix that production, we can get a launch pretty soon. We really need to get these started. Well, at least they're backed up. Okay, what are you limited by? Gears are not... There's not enough gears for this, is there? Yeah, I don't think we're producing enough gears. Plastic is fine, so that's good. Are you iron limited now? Wait, iron gears don't need plates. I thought they were way harder to make. Okay, well that changes things. But it's not worth fixing at this point. Because I think our problem is light armor, which makes sense. We are supplying half a belt of iron plates into light armor, and we're still not getting enough. So we just need more iron plates. We might be able to speed it up if we can find another belt somewhere. Let's see. Okay, we can definitely get more because these are backed up. Although this might not fix things, because I think we have an iron ore shortage, so I don't know how much this will do. But at least it will improve it a little bit. Yeah, it's not going to be a perfect fix. We actually need to sideload this at a secondary point. Will that work? No, but I think we have enough fast underground belts that we can take a shortcut. Or not a shortcut, but we can just cut straight through. Okay, and that's too early to sideload. I want to do it as late as I can, so that way more gets to the gears. Yeah, that should be better. That way these will start full speed again. Or it will let us get more gear production. Input, 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 and output. Okay, pipe. And gears. And then I think we have a side loader, but I'm not confident, so we're just going to flip the side just in case, because I don't really want to risk that. Those will start up, so that will fix gears. We have a lot more inserters going towards this. It's still not that many inserters, though. Like, we're still very limited. Or it's still not that much iron chest production, which is unfortunate. We need to make another 200 of these. Which is... Actually, that's not too bad. I think that's like 5 minutes of iron plate production. But if we can speed it up in any way, that would be very great, very useful. I thought I would be too, but we have a lot of... Apparently rocket silo and satellites are incredibly expensive recipes. We were not even close to launch. Turns out. We need 250 efficiency modules to launch a rocket. How's this though? This is working. Okay. We can finalize the satellite now, so that's good. We can also put rocket silo on the hotbar, so we can figure out where it goes. Input, input, input. There we go. So that will hopefully start filling, well, not anytime soon, but soon-ish. And we have been buffering rocket fuel. It's just been buffering elsewhere, so that won't be a problem. But I want to move it to closer chests anyway. Then these three are for the silo. These are for the silo. We have everything for the... or satellite. I believe we have everything for the satellite. It's just a matter of, can I remember where it connects? Okay. Let's check. Oh, rocket fuel. Well, that's easy. Let's move it up one tile then and just... Oh wait, no, let's give it its own rocket fuel. Right? Yeah, that'll be okay. That's a weird way to connect it. I don't think I like that. Let's connect on the other side instead, like a reasonable person would do. Is that the correct side? You know what? That works. That is not how I should be doing it, but I think it works. I actually don't. I'm not actually confident in that. I'll have to double check. Yep, okay, that works. It's okay, rocket fuel, good. Now whatever these things are, I'm assuming we already got connected those. That's storage chests and discharge defense remits. Okay, perfect. Construction bots and rocket fuel, good. Now we need piercing rounds and explosive cannon shells. And we have satellites. Yeah, the satellite requirement that I make myself do to launch a rocket apparently makes it like 40% harder to launch a rocket, based on the fact that we've had the rocket research done since like 12 hours or so. Although, I mean, it still would have been difficult to get the rocket, but most of our effort for the past like 5 hours has been trying to get a freaking satellite. Also, prod 3s. I did automate prod 3s. I didn't have to, I could have handcrafted them, but it's more fun. Okay, hazard concrete, we're good on that. We're good on accumulators. Stone furnaces, probably really easy. I don't know if we produce them anywhere, but they're definitely not going to be hard. They look like tanks. I think we can just handcraft all those. No, there's a chance they were used in a recipe. Yep, they're there. Hopefully we have a chest, because that would simplify things a lot. And we're caught inside a belt. Perfect. We're inside an inserter. Yeah, I guess it makes sense we wouldn't have buffered them. Yeah, we'll just run along the belt and handcraft them, I think. Will be easier. If we can figure out which belt is stone. Looks like this one. Furnaces. Okay, we need 250-ish. Or 350-ish. Okay, that's 180. I think we're still short. Okay, that's definitely enough. Accumulators are still building. Explosive cannon shells. We do have those. They're just in a chest. Okay, that's enough. Oh, and we can set up the beacons. I think we have enough speed 2s for this? Yeah, okay, the rocket should launch pretty fast. We might actually be input limited. We should probably use some stack inserters. But I don't know how expensive that is. And radars, okay. Is there any chance we automated radars? Because that seems like something I would have done. Because they're pretty useful to have. This is a radar assembler. I really hope it has a buffer chest. I doubt, if it does have a buffer chest, I doubt it has more than 50. But that's a start. It does not have a buffer chest, does it? Yep, it has exactly 50. We are launching a satellite. A fish would have been so much simpler. But when I do the randomizer, I like setting up a base that can launch multiple satellites. Because that seems like a good end goal. Because it lets you explore a lot more recipes. Because otherwise, we wouldn't really have needed plastic. We wouldn't have needed like any modules, so I like adding the satellite requirement. Even if it just makes a messy base at the end. Okay, so how many do we actually need? Can you also launch pasta? What, just launch our entire base? It's 175 radars. That's not too bad. Hazard concrete should be done. Probably way too much Yeah, probably way too much, but that's fine. Also, these are not... This didn't work. That makes sense. Okay, so hopefully efficiency modules aren't going to be our bottleneck, because that'll be sad if it is. Do I have any splitters? I do. Okay, so we can actually upgrade this. At a steady state, this won't help, but this will let us burst out a few more light armor pretty quickly. Rail signals, don't think we need those anymore. Rails, big electric poles. What could we possibly need? We really don't need much. I'm just trying to get rid of stuff from my inventory so I can grab rocket parts. I don't remember where I made hazard concrete. It's got to be somewhere near concrete, but concrete was in the middle of our base. Oh, it's this stuff. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe made a bit too much hazard concrete, which makes sense. It's a very easy recipe, and we made it like an hour ago. And then radars. Have we made any more radars? I mean, we have, but have we made enough? No, we have not. Not even close. Okay, how can we speed this up? Or what can we run along? What can we pick up to handcraft them? Let's see, gears. Okay, stone. That's fairly simple. We might be able to handcraft these fairly easy. Because we do have radars automated, just not enough to burst out 200 of them. Transport belts, those are easy. Gears? I don't think gears are easy to get. I very much doubt we've buffered gears anywhere. Maybe I'll just put a chest somewhere next to gears. Let's see, where do we make gear? Yeah, we really don't. We produce gears in a lot of spots, but we don't use it for handcrafting, so we've never buffered it. What are the satellite ingredients this time around? That is a good question. Okay, they need stone, they need gears, which they should be getting from this chest, and they need transport belts, which I doubt we have. We have 600, that's enough. Okay, well, bots will build that, right? Yeah. That's a start. That'll speed it up a bit. So the satellite needs... I know it needs rocket fuel, so that one's pretty straightforward. So rocket fuel wasn't too bad. It needed construction bots, so those were fairly reasonable because we had to automate frames anyway for construction bots, so we just had to add some automated circuits to those so that way it could keep producing them. Then we also have storage chests, so that one wasn't too bad either. So these three we pretty much already had, we just needed to add like a circuit assembler and then we were good. But it also needed piercing rounds. Piercing rounds were tough because they're pricey. They used a lot of copper ore, which it's not that copper ore is particularly hard to get, but we were about to run out when we had to make this assembler, so it delayed everything a lot to have to fix our entire copper surplus. So it needs piercing rounds. And then it also needed explosive cannon uranium shells. So that is most of the reason why it's taken so long today. Because we had to spend 1,000 military science and utility science to get explosive cannon shells. And we had some issues with that. Yeah, this right here is the biggest problem. Then it also uses discharge defense, but that's literally just one wire, so that's not a problem. But this added like 3 hours by itself. Well, okay. Just doing this probably only would have added like an hour and a half. But we had some issues as a result of trying to build these, such as sideloading it and killing half of our base for a very long time. So, yeah, it took a long time to recover from that. I don't even know if we have recovered from that. But yeah, you missed the chaos. Actually, I think you saw it yesterday. But it turned out that it was a lot worse than I previously thought. Because remember the belt where I'd sideloaded some iron? ore onto the belt. Well, there is a second one which is doing the exact opposite, and it was putting copper onto the iron belt. And it turns out it was the earliest possible iron belt that I could have sideloaded onto, which meant it broke everything, because it's the belt that goes throughout the entire base, and even makes it onto the bus. So some things still might not have recovered. I imagine some parts are still backed up and destroyed, but they just haven't been much of a problem. But yeah, we lost this, which meant we weren't producing military science or chemical science or anything, not even like belts. We pretty much destroyed our entire base. And that carried out over here. We killed some of this base as well. And it was a complete mess. It probably would have been done an hour ago if it weren't for that, because we were still suffering those consequences. Okay, but we're still missing 50 accumulators. I think we sped them up as much as we can, right? Yeah, unless we can get another belt of iron here. I don't think that will be done. Let's see. We could use this iron. That's an option. Yeah, it was not great. Not great at all. That single-handedly destroyed today. Because yeah, I can't imagine we wouldn't be done right now if it weren't for that. Because it turns out having research is useful for building things and actually having them start producing. Oh, almost was hit by the train. If it weren't for the belt's misplacement, I think we would have been. Okay, we're pretty much there though. I don't know how much this will help because of belt delay and bot delay, but it's a start. Okay, that should give us some more light armor, which will speed up efficiency modules by about... Honestly, it won't speed them up by a ton. I would say about 30%. I know, right? It's almost like the game is designed around researching technologies. But in my defense, I forgot that military science existed. Which isn't really a great defense, but I did forget about military science briefly. Which caused some problems. It did not occur to me that uranium ammo needed military science, because I just forgot about the research as a concept. I was like, oh yeah, we need utility science. That's all we need for military. Or that's all we need for uranium ammo. Nope. Otherwise, we probably would have checked on it a little bit earlier to make sure it was running. But yeah, it just didn't occur to me to double check that. And here we are, still suffering the consequences. But it is working now. We can supply 4 assemblers, which is plenty. It really just goes to prod mods now. And then I still need 100 radars. So hopefully the 2 assembly machines I have produced that. If I can find them. Okay, now there's this one. It has made 40. That's a start. It's not different, but because you don't really know what the prereqs are for anything, it's basically different. Like, practically speaking, the research tree is different. But technically, no. Like, we needed to get uranium ammo to get a satellite. If the research tree itself was like randomized or to change to account for like the requirements, I think this would be a much easier mod to play. Because there's a lot of times where you need parallel researches that you wouldn't ordinarily need in vanilla. Because the mod has the logic to make sure you're not soft locked, but it doesn't have the logic to make sure things are like tiered. Yeah, basically. Yes, but no. It feels different, but it doesn't look different. Okay, that's close, right? I think we're like 10 radars short. Yeah, we should have those by now. It also probably would have helped if we added a prio. There was also a bit of confusion earlier where I misread the recipe for prod mods. So I was trying to make prod 2s, then realized I don't need prod 2s for prod 3s. So we do have a prod 2 assembler, but it was useless. But then it ended up not being as bad as I expected, because the main thing we set up for prod 2s was also used in prod 3s and speed 2s. So it worked out. And instead it was just like, it wasted like a minute, but the other 5 minutes we spent on it wasn't wasted. You think that the base makes sure you don't soft lock yourself? As in the mod? Yeah. It makes sure it's possible to launch a rocket. But like, if you have like this recipe might require this recipe. So like, it doesn't make sense logically, but like it does work. But you know, you might need advanced material processing to produce productivity modules. As opposed to vanilla, where like if you had something here, it's going to require all these 3, but nothing next to it, only the things below it, or I guess above it, since the tree goes down. Okay, we have enough. We made 24 prods, so we definitely don't need that many. Okay, I think we're pretty close. Yeah, I think once you get to like modded, Factorio in general, then a lot of mods tend to throw like linear trees out the window, because space exploration has a lot of stuff where you need things on the same level to produce, which makes sense. If you're going to do a complicated if you're going to do complicated recipes, I think at some point you just have to accept that the tree has to cut some corners with how you laid out. Otherwise, it's going to look very, very tall and messy. I don't think vanilla has that problem because there aren't a ton of recipes in vanilla. But as soon as you add a few more complications to the recipe chain, you cannot take that approach. Markula? Yeah, we're finishing up the randomizer. I was hoping we would be done about half an hour ago, but we broke our base in a very bad ways. It's taken a while to recover. We're almost there, though. We are currently just waiting for a few more radars and a few more... What else? Radars and efficiency modules, I think, which are required to make a silo. If we can find the radars, that is. Oh, they're there. There they are. Okay, that's enough. We only need 175. We can go back to the silo. Then there's their prod 3s. I really hope we have enough efficiency modules. Pink? Ooh, pink is good. I don't remember how pink looks. Hold on. I'm gonna cheat. I don't like that shade of pink, but that will give me a starting point. There we go. Okay, so pink does have green and blue in it. I don't know, it just didn't feel right to me. Does this look right? Let's see. This has made a satellite. Perfect. Okay, and then we have plenty of buffered resources. And efficiency modules. I think that's enough. Flash color pink. That's what I already did. But then I adjusted it because I don't think it was it needed to be a prettier pink. Is this everything? Pink equals red plus white. That does not really help with RGB codes. Saying how it works if you like mix colors. Okay, silo, let's see. I think we have everything. Is this enough beacons? Oh yeah, that's definitely enough beacons. Okay, we're almost there, we're almost there. I don't know why I'm sitting. How long does this even take to craft? Is that vanilla? Oh, it's faster than vanilla. It's just been a while since we made one. Okay, it has everything. Auto launch with cargo. It is a bit slower. Actually, I can't tell. It looks like the inserters are keeping up. I guess because we have the inserter speed research. Okay, well that simplifies things. That means we don't have to like hand feed. I guess it also helps that we only have 8 beacons. Okay, rocket parts. Yep, everything seems good. Pretty much lowering the red value should result in shades of pink. It does, but it's not like as linear or even as like things like if I, because that's what I did initially. Remember, like the first thing I did was keep them even, and it looks like it's a shade of pink, but it's not like the pink I wanted. It's more like a very light magenta, I guess. It's not a pink I would wear. Running Factorio. Oh, I kept wanting to see, what do exoskeletons cost? Maybe we should test those. Oh, we don't have them researched. Never mind, it's not worth it. Oh, hey, that actually kept the same icon. Weird. Maybe these ones aren't randomized. No, they're randomized. But that is not worth building. Those are incredibly expensive. Or at least complicated. But look at that, we don't have anywhere to output the science. Not like we're gonna use it, but let's pretend that we're actually gonna research with it. Voila. Okay, we got space science, hopefully, or we did it wrong. There's a good chance we did it wrong. Oh, and we got achievements. Cool. We built the game without building laser turrets or solar panels. That makes sense. We didn't even look at what solar panels take. I mean, they weren't useful. I don't know if that's cheap, but if you make a solar panel of a steam engine, I feel like you're wasting a lot of effort there. And space science is petroleum, of course. But yeah, GG's. That was that was chaotic. It was fun though. I don't regret it, but it was a huge headache, which is partially why it took like 10 streams to do. Because it's just an absolute mess. It takes a lot of mental effort to do this. Arguably worse than space exploration in some cases. Not that it's not that it's more complicated, but the lack of logic really screws with you. The fact that none of the recipes make sense means like you can't think about what you need. You just have to guess. It's amazing how much realistic chains simplify things. Also, we almost can do a second rocket. Let's do a second rocket. We are so close. Pretty sure we might have to clear it though. There we go. Okay, we can do 2 because it took us so long to research. We might even be able to get a 3rd launch. I'm very confused. Why does it say 90%? Why did it stop at 90? Does the mod change it? Wait, does this randomize how much you need? Or is it just a UI bug? Prods don't change that, right? Prod mods don't change if it says 100. We might need to give it some piercing rounds though. Huh. Yeah, we broke it. We made such a messy base that the game didn't like us, and then we just broke everything. Now I'm just curious. Well, now we have to launch a 3rd one. to see what happens. Because there is a chance it randomizes the amount of rocket parts you need. Probably doesn't. Or was I looking at the wrong number? Oh, wait. Okay, I see the problem. Is it not an even number? Is that it? I thought they were an even ratio. Maybe it's not. What is it, 1.4? Oh, okay. It's not as even as I thought it was. Yeah, that makes sense. In my mind, it was like exactly a 1-to-1 ratio. To where that would like end at 0 or something. But we did put the prods. We also did put the prods in pretty late. Is the productivity amount randomized by this? No, I don't think so. Yeah, I guess we just got. Yeah, we just finished it with bonus production, which I guess I've never seen before. It just looks really weird. I wonder how many. Okay, it looks like this is the last rocket we can launch. Although we can't actually launch anymore because we're out of rounds, so. We can launch another rocket, but it won't have... We can launch one with a fish. Actually, someone told me something. I'm gonna test it. Is this real? Or was someone just messing with me? Someone said if you launch space science, you get something back. But I never actually tested it, so I might as well. I can't imagine that's randomized by the rocket. Yeah, see, this is what I'm used to it saying. Okay, do we not get it? So we don't get anything? Or maybe I didn't send enough. It's in the chest. It gives you a single fish. Do you get more if you send multiple science? How close are we to a third launch? That, we might have enough. Okay, so it would be really fun if the randomizer could randomize recipes using fish, but only recipes that were post-satellite. Solely because it would be really funny to have a randomizer end with you having to use fish automatically for something that you get from like launching rockets. Yeah, it's the opposite of that achievement, basically. We're out of rocket fuel, right? Yeah, we might be able to get enough from here. Nope, we're out of rocket fuel. Right? No, maybe. Yeah, we seem to be pretty out of rocket fuel. Oh, we're so close though. We're so close. We can almost launch 4 rockets, although technically only 2 of them had satellites. Maybe with a mod that adds like renewable fish or something earlier. How do we only have... Oh, wait, we probably have 1,999 because we launched a single fish. Okay, what happens if we launch all of them? If it still only gives me 1 back, that will be great. I hope it's like 1-to-1, but that's probably not the case, so we probably just wasted 2,000 science. But, we don't need it. I am glad it's real, because I was not convinced it was. Okay, it looks like it caps at 100. Okay, it looks like it caps at 100. So don't send 2,000 space science into space. That's what I got from that. I wasted science for science. Yes, exactly. Whoosh. That's a very good onomatopoeia of the rockets. Yeah, it looks like it stops at 2 stacks. I'm assuming if I sent 100 science, I would get 100 fish. But we're out of resources, so we can't actually test that unless we go into editor mode. Silo holds 2 stacks of stuff, so that makes sense. Oh, is that how it works? I thought it just deleted everything and it returns. 2 stacks would... Yeah, that sounds right. Can you get anything else back? I know if you put a car in it, you can sit in the rocket. And I know if you send a fish, you get the achievement. I mean, 2 stacks would make sense. Just for the one person who launches their second rocket and forgot to realizes they never set up a output chest until too late, which was almost me. But yeah, this is our base. It is a complete mess. We just completely embrace the spaghetti. Hello, Summith. It's been pretty decent. We've mostly been playing space exploration and Warped Wario for the past like couple months, just modded stuff. And then now we're doing the randomizer. Well, technically I started this randomizer 2 months ago, and then just was not mentally up for it for like 2 months because it's horrible. I mean, it's fun. It's really fun, but it's very, it gives you a headache real fast. Your first multi-rocket base, you thought the silo would back up if space science backed up, so you launched a dozen rockets for no benefit. I'm not sure what you mean by that. You thought your rocket silo would back up if space science backed up. So like what, you just kept launching rockets? Do you just not have logic on them or something? Yeah, it's a very taxing mod pack because you have to memorize a lot of recipes. I mean, you don't have to memorize them, but you have to constantly check the recipes. And adding the icon randomizer into it made it that I couldn't follow any recipe chains, which was fun. You just assumed a lot. Oh, gotcha. So it was automatic, and you just assumed it would stop, and then it didn't. Yep, I could see how that might be a problem. Yeah, we have a lot. We're actually what's our production? I think we're actually consuming a lot more iron than I thought we were. Let's see, 5,000 iron, 6,000 iron per minute. What is that? What's that in belts? 6,000 divided by 60. That's 100. That's 8 belts of iron ore. No, 7. That's about 7 belts of iron ore. But only 2 to 3 belts of iron plates. So that's the fun part about this randomizer. Most of the iron ore that we're consuming is just directly consumed as ore. Like it doesn't need to be converted into plates first, like in vanilla Factorio. So you have things like that to simplify and make up for every other pain that you have. Because like making pipes is really easy. We just craft the ore into a pipe and it's good to go. Of course, that doesn't make up for anything because then we have to use the pipe for like 20 different recipes. But it helps. Same with copper ore was the same way. Because the mod values copper ore and copper plates as roughly the same material value. So all the early recipes, there's a good chance it's only going to require ore or only going to require plates. Which is not a problem at all until you get to the main base. Like early on, that's great, makes things a lot simpler. But once you get to like bots and start expanding, it's really hard to figure out the balance of ore to plates. So what I did this time was just a bunch of local smelting. Because the first randomizer I did, I tried doing a main bus that had plates on it, and then I realized I don't know how many plates I need relative to the ore. And this one, you can see it here. What's what we just looked at. Like, this ratio shows that you don't need that many plates sometimes compared to the ore. So if you put plates on a bus, it's kind of probably going to be wasted. So instead I just did local smelting everywhere. It did take up a lot more space, but it made it so much easier to balance things that I actually really liked that decision. I think it would have been better if we kept going with the bus design instead of giving up halfway and just doing this and started building in the middle of the bus. But I assumed we were a lot closer to ending whenever I did this. And then I looked at the satellite recipe. Then and it was too late. By the time I had started building all of these, we were like 4 hours from launch. It was not as close as I thought. Yeah, lots of fun recipes in here. Nuclear power was useless, but I'm glad we did it because that was a fun recipe. I think top recipes for this, definitely Covarex enrichment was great. About 4,000 uranium and 4,000 combinators to make 40, 238, 235. Also having the 238 recycle itself just is really fun because you're getting 2 back out of 4,000. It's practically useless. And then this one. This has to be my second favorite recipe, the infinite oil loop. That produces a whole lot of light oil and heavy oil and recycles more than 100% of the petroleum that it consumes. So it just makes infinite petroleum, which was great until I started to back up tanks, and then it turns out I was using way more petroleum, or I needed way more petroleum than I was producing, and I didn't have chemical plants automated, so I couldn't set up cracking. So instead we just kept deleting and replacing the tanks, which worked. Yeah, overall that was a lot of fun. I don't know what I would do differently. I think this will be the last time I do it with the icon randomizer. I do like the recipe randomizer though. I might do this again sometime. Not soon. I definitely want to take like a month off of doing a randomizer. But I think I want to do a randomizer again. Maybe 100% randomizer. No, that would be difficult. GotLap could be nearly impossible. There's no guarantee that you can actually get GotLap. But it would be fun to do a randomizer. Again, without the icon chaos. Because I think I learned a lot from this one. But all of the knowledge that I had was completely useless because then I was confused by the icons. And it was a rough combo. But I think tomorrow I'll be getting back to space exploration probably. Which, while still a logistical nightmare, isn't nearly as chaotic as this. At least not yet. And then I want to do Ribbon World, I think. Take a break from super complicated meme run Mondays. Wouldn't be 100% be a chance to get a soft lock? I don't think so. Oh, you're right, you're right. The handcrafting requirements, who knows what those would be. I would have to keep rolling a bunch until I could handcraft. Because that's the only thing you could soft lock at, right? If the handcrafting requirements to get to power was too high. It would probably be a very high chance to get a soft lock. I was forgetting about that recipe. And it might even take like half an hour to notice. I would have to pause and count things out. Yeah, maybe that's a lot of work. It would be fun. But yeah, this lazy bastard. No guarantee that this is going to be 111 crafts. And I don't know what the odds would be. Maybe 50-50, but probably not. Yeah, early soft lock could definitely be a problem. Because I don't think... Let's see, for the achievements that require you to not place passive providers and active providers and solar panels, that's just placing them, right? Pretty sure that's just placing them, not building them. So I don't think we could soft lock from needing an active provider in a recipe. So if we get past the first 30 minutes, we would be good. But that sounds... I couldn't even prepare blueprints. That would be a blueprintless 100% run with all the recipes randomized. That would be fun. No, that's actually sounding kind of fun now. But it would take ages. Actually, no, it probably wouldn't be that bad. I mean, it's mostly just creating circuits, right? Like once you get a launch. So like here to launch would just be trying to figure out how to scale up a circuit recipe, which is pretty easy. So I guess the biggest hurdle would be trying to get a launch in under 8 hours. But without the icons. I think our first randomizer was like 9 hours. The icon randomizer added literally doubled the time. I think that would be doable. It's not like we can handcraft anything anyway with a randomizer because we don't know what the recipes are. Like we can't hold crafting materials on us. Wait, we'll see. I'll think about it. That could be fun. But definitely taking a break with that. Got to go back to space exploration tomorrow, or maybe something simpler, but probably space exploration. Thank you all for watching. Let's see. What do I need to do today? I feel like I need. Oh right, I need to go exercise. Yeah, okay. I gotta go do productive things. Hope you all have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you all next time. Peace. Did I save it? Did I save it? I don't know if I saved it. I'll save it again.